I'm Turk Strongman of Taranki Ramacharaka. Please excuse the black screen. I have a camera malfunction. Anyway, this video is about, let's say you have a question. I'm doing all this, work. That's on the channel here. I'm developing. I'm on the path. I'm on my path. Spiritual unfoldment, etc. Now your question might be, am I supposed to feel something major at some point? A big shift? Like some benchmark inner experience that leaves me feeling different? Quite changed deep inside, a deep change that just like, I'm going to know it. I'm going to feel it at some point. Sort of like when some people have near-death experiences, NDEs, and they have a depth mystical experience during it, like they see God or whatever, but the result being that when they return to their body after the NDE, they're deeply changed inside for the rest of their lives. They may have a totally new mission in life, whatever. They have a story to tell. They have a message, whatever, and they know it. It's a big inner change. Am I supposed to have a moment when that happens as I'm doing the work here? Before I continue, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I don't know why you haven't. Anyway, do it now. Do it right now. Activate the notification bell feature while you're at it. Share the joy of the channel with others. You can start doing that by giving this video a thumb up. Comment courteously below. Now, to answer the question, I'll just be short about it here. The answer is, it might happen, it probably won't. There's no certainty over that. It's not par for the course. It's not something that's going to happen to everybody, albeit maybe at different points. Like one person, it might happen really soon, another person later than the first person, or a different sort of experience, but a very marked one for everybody. No, there's no such thing. There's no law, there's no rule, there's no guideline that says, all right, now this is going to happen. Can't say exactly what it's going to be like for you, but, expect this. When it happens, here's how to prepare for that. Here's what to get out of it. No. 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 You will experience changes. You will have moments of revelation. You might have moments when things come together at a rapid pace for you. You're going to have deep experience, but there's no major shift. Like, let me just make a comparison here, the kind of thing I'm talking about. Not happening, but when I was a kid, well, I grew up in a fundamentalist cult-like sect, Protestant. It's called Plymouth Brethren. Just so happens to be the same religion, the same sect that the wickedest man on earth, Aleister Crowley, grew up in. Yeah, same thing. All right. As a kid, I was told by my mother that me, as a young kid, like a toddler, I didn't have to really worry about being saved. The Christian term being saved. And this was heavy emphasis in Plymouth Brethrenism. So, because children are innocent, they'll go to heaven. But there's going to come a point, I don't know, sometime around 6, 7 years old maybe, when you have to be saved, or you're going to burn in hell. Eternal damnation. The afterlife, There's only 2 items on the menu, 2 choices. You either burn in hell forever or you go to heaven forever. One or the other. And when you reach this age and you're no longer an innocent little child, the only way to avoid eternal damnation in the lake of fire, where there is weeping and wailing and the gnashing of teeth. No escape, no turning back, no deciding, maybe I should get saved. No, not after that. The only way to avoid that, after being a toddler, little child, is to be saved. And my mother told me how to do it. And I heard plenty of testimonials as I was growing up in this Plymouth Brethren meeting we would go to. Plenty of testimonials about the day so-and-so got saved. They instantly felt their troubles lifted, burden being released from over their shoulders, gone. They felt cleansed inside, their sins washed away. They knew the Lord had heard their earnest prayer, their earnest plea for salvation. They knew it. They could feel it right then. A big thing. Unmistakable. Couldn't be mistaken for something else. Deep, big, monumental experience, inner experience. They felt something big. All right. I heard a lot of people saying that kind of thing. All right. So, are you going to feel something like that with this? Oh, to continue my little story, I decided when I was, maybe about 7 years old. All right, I'm going to be saved now. And before I went to bed that first night, I prayed. I did the procedure. And I meant it. The idea of burning in hell scared the living daylights out of me. The idea of being in heaven at the right hand of God, up there with Jesus and all that. Well, that sounded pretty darn good. So I was serious. But I didn't feel anything. Nothing. Nothing. I felt nothing. Well, that kind of worried me. I told my mother. She said, well, I guess you weren't serious enough. I guess you're going to have to do it again, but this time you have to be much more sincere, much more earnest. You must have 100% faith in the Lord also. Your faith must be unwavering when you approach the Lord. So I did it again. Like that. Best I could. Nothing. I didn't feel anything again. Folks, I was getting pretty scared. I got to worried about what's wrong with me. I did it about 20 times. I never felt anything. None of those times. Nothing. Blank. No experience at all. None. I started worrying about whether I'm doing it right, whether I might be the only person on earth who is unsalvageable, not worthy, forgotten by God. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But if I had been getting saved, well, I got saved about 20 times. My mother said, no, you only get saved once. And yes, it does change you. Well, I was scared to death. I never felt anything. So listen, I think you get the picture now. I didn't feel anything, right? I think these other people, they felt something because, I don't know, I guess all of them did this when they were older. And they had a lot more to be, they had a concept of a lot more that they were going to get saved from because they had a pile of sins. And I really didn't have any as a young child, I just was in that transition from innocent child to, whatever. I had no anxiety in life yet. I had no remorse yet. None of that. Maybe these guys, and there's a lot of mental illness in Plymouth Bretheranism. I think these people kind of maybe one or two do experience something here and there. But it's not an automatic thing, It's not going to be a necessary result. No, it's not like that. Now, I think these people maybe had themselves psyched up and they had this experience, maybe they figured, I better feel something, whatever. I don't know. But if you don't experience something like that along this path, maybe as you, right, the very day that you recognize your true self, at last, in your cosmic sojourn, it might be, oh my goodness, it's been there all along. There might be some kind of a little awakening occurring, but I'm telling you, unless it's an unusual occurrence, like a fluke or an anomaly kind of, you're not going to feel anything, okay? So stop expecting it if you do expect it. Stop anticipating it. Don't get disappointed if it doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, if it does happen, here's what to do. If anything like that happens at any point, a phenomena, okay, some kind of a phenomena occurs. Here's the rule. There's a rule for that. Ignore it. Don't get distracted. Don't get caught up in it. Sometimes undesirable effects occur. There's a spinal breathing exercise, the only Kundalini yoga related thing I give in all of my work here for others. One safe spinal breathing technique. And it often happens at some point or other, if a person does this regularly, long term, every day, there will be a phenomena occur. Maybe more than one, but for a while, many people experience seeing in their mind's eye, on the screen of consciousness, entities coming and staring at them, coming up close and getting in your face. Some of them are frightening looking. This can be a matter of concern to people. It can scare them. Or some people can get really intrigued by that and pursue it further. Get interested in, becoming aware of more entities, talking to them, all of this, right? The rule is, ignore it. Don't give them any attention. As soon as you see something like that and you get a little distracted, just go right back to what you're doing. Refocus. Don't go away. You'll get past that. They're just curious. They're watching you. That's all. Just ignore it. That's the rule for any phenomena that occur. Be aware, have the experience, and don't get caught up in it. Don't get distracted. Go right back to focusing on what you're doing. Beyond that, the answer to the question once again is no. Not absolutely no, never impossible, but no. No. There's nothing that you're supposed to feel. Okay? I think that's an important question to answer. It does come to some people's minds. It can screw with people. Whether, I thought it would happen, but it didn't. Am I doing the right thing? Am I spiritually evolving? Or it might happen and a person didn't expect it and now they don't know what happened. Just ignore it if it happens, something like that happens. Otherwise, just it's not a concern of yours. Okay? There you go. That's the answer to the question. No, there's nothing deep, major, some kind of like shift, instant transition. You know, the old you is gone, the new you is here, and boom, it just happened like that. You know, no, no. There you go. It's good to know. Where else are you going to find the answer to that? You might never come across it. Who would you ask? Where are you going to find it in writing? Well, you're not, probably. You probably never will. So you got it now. Right here at the Ron Q Amateur app. Activate the notification bell feature when you subscribe. Share the joy of the channel with others. At least by giving this video a thumb up. So that lets other people see that at least somebody liked it. That can influence people to watch it. Maybe they'll have had this question rolling around and being bothered by it. Okay? Comment courteously below. I'm Turf Strongman. Be well.